Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to this webinar whereby you will learn on how to harness the power of ShareInvestor Station. I am Stella from Welford. Last time I have shared with you features of ShareInvestor Web Pro. So today I'm going to share with you the more advanced software, which is ShareInvestor Station. I am going to give you guys a very special discount to subscribe to this ShareInvestor Station. Do you want it? Okay. I will put this discount code in our video description. Okay. Remember to use this discount to subscribe so you can get a 5% discount. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on the ring bell, and like our video before I start, so you won't miss out on any of our video next time. Basically, ShareInvestor Station is more advanced software, which is a combination of fundamental analysis and also technical analysis. You can access all the functions of ShareInvestor Web Pro in this software also. Now, let us look into it together. First of all, ShareInvestor Station, it is a software base. You have to download it to your computer. The minimum requirement for your PC to download for ShareInvestor Station, your PC must have at least of 8 GB of system memory, Windows 8 or Windows 10, okay? So if you are using MacBook, you can download a window parallel to open this application, okay? So if you have any question about the software, you can comment below. We will reply to your question. So you can go to, you can go to the website. For example, www.shareinvestor.com/my, enter. Click on the ShareInvestor Station blue icon above. Then you can click on this download button to download for the software. Or if you want to try for the 18 days free trial, you can click on this button, okay? So if you want to get a special discount to subscribe to this software, later I will give you a special discount coupon code. You can get this coupon code in this video description and in the comment below. Now, let us log into our software. So go to your desktop, select on your apps, key in your username and your password, okay? Then select OK. So after you log in, okay, so after you log in into your ShareInvestor Station, you can click on this channel navigator. Then you can see some of the channels appears here. You can click on it. For example, there are SGX, Bursa Market, Bursa Derivative, Hong Kong, SET, IDX, ASX, NYSE, Nasdaq, NYSE American, World, and so on. So for the Bursa, Malaysia stock market, Bursa derivative, and also Singapore stock market, you can choose the real-time data or you can choose for the delay data. So if for me, I will choose for the real-time data for Malaysia stock market, and the others, I will choose for delay, okay? So you can see more than 10 markets here. Let us take the Busan market as an example. When you click on the add button here, you can see what are the top counters. Okay, when you click on it, then you can see there are top active, top turnover, top gainers, top loser, top gap up, top gap down, and so on. You can also look for top stock or top Sharia stock. So for the top Sharia, you can find all the top active Sharia, top turnover Sharia, top gainer Sharia, top loser Sharia, and so on. So for the top warrants, also is the same. Or you want to find the stock by using categories. Okay, so when you click on the categories, so you can see the ACE market, bond and loan, ETF, main market, and also warrants. So when you click on the ACE market, okay, you will see all the sectors are listed here. For example, construction, consumer product and services, financial services, healthcare, industrial product and services, plantation, technology, telecommunication, and so on. All of these are under ACE market, okay? So when you click on it, it will list out all the stock for you under a particular category, okay? So for example, if you click on the technology sector, you will see all the technology stock and also the warrants under the ACE market. Now the next one is the bond and loan, okay? Or you want to find the ETF, you also can find in our ShareInvestor Station. Now, let us look into the main market. Okay, so you also can find all the sectors here. For example, consumer product and services, industrial product and services, technology sector, financial services, property, plantation, REITs, closed-end fund, energy sector, healthcare sector, transportation and logistics, and so on. For example, let us look into the energy sector. So when you click on it, you can see all the oil and gas related energy company on the list and all the warrants as well. So ShareInvestor already help you list out all the warrants based on the sector. Okay, now let us go to the TA market scanner. So for the technical analysis scanner, you can see all the technical analysis condition here. For example, under the price, okay, you can get the list of the stock. What are the stock under 52 weeks high? What are the stock under new 52 weeks low, and so on. Then you still can see all the stock under the moving average. Okay, for example, bullish price crossover, bearish price crossover, short-term bullish moving average crossover, short-term bearish moving average crossover, and so on. When you click on it, it will list out all the stock for you, which fulfill the condition that you click. So beside the moving average, you still can see the MACD, okay? For example, MACD overbought, bullish MACD crossover, bearish MACD crossover, bullish MACD divergence, and so on. Now let us look into the Bollinger Band. For the Bollinger Band, you can see which stocks are under high above upper Bollinger Band, low below lower Bollinger Band, bullish lower Bollinger Band support, and so on, okay? While for the volume, you can find what stocks are having volume spike. Okay, so you click on it, it will list out all the stock for you, which fulfill this condition. Okay, then you still can see the 5 days large value sell down trade, 10 days large value buy up trade, 10 days large value sell down trade, 5 days large value buy up trade, and so on. Okay. The next one is the candlestick. Or you want to find the stock with a particular candlestick that appears. So you can click on this candlestick, then you will see which stock have bullish three white soldier, bullish engraving, bullish hammer, bullish harami, bearish dark cloud cover, bearish engraving, bearish harami, and so on. Now the next one is FA market scanner. Okay. So you can find all the stocks that have lowest PE, highest dividend yield, lowest price per NAV ratio, smallest market cap, stock hitting the new highs, stock hitting the new low, highest discount to year high, and so on. But for the IPO, you can see what are the recent IPO, okay? Next, indices. You can see all the indices from here. For example, what stocks are under construction, energy sector, FBM KLCI, FBM small cap, okay, FPMT 100, financial services, healthcare, plantation, property, REITs, technology, and so on. Okay. So the next function is market scanner. For the market scanner, you can key in the details you are looking for and click on the scan. So now the first one, you can choose you want the stock or you want the warrant. So let us choose for stock. Okay. Next, maybe you want to find a high dividend yield company. Okay, so you can click on the dividend yield. For example, let's say the minimum dividend yield you want is 5% and the maximum dividend yield you want is 8%. So you put 8. Okay. Now the next one is ROE. Okay, for the ROE, minimum maybe you can put 8%. And the maximum, maybe you can put 15%. Okay. You still can add in other criteria from here. You can click on the add condition. For example, you want to add 52 weeks low or 52 weeks high. Okay. Dividend, revenue, ROE, ROA, current ratio, beta, revenue growth, net earning growth, okay, and so on. And ShareInvestor Station is very good for you. If you don't know what is ROE, what is ROA, don't worry. Because look at here. It already lists out all the explanation for you, okay? So you can understand what is this indicator stand for. Now, you can choose on scan now. Then it will list out all the stock for you. So these are the stock that fulfill all the criteria you have set just now. This is just a simple scanner. We have another advanced scanner. I will show you later, okay? Do you find these features incredible for you? Okay, it really can save us a lot of time. You can find out all the stock that fulfill certain criteria very fast and easily, and the system already lists out for you. Okay. Now the next one is Bursa derivative. So for the Bursa derivative, there are two categories. For example, the first one is derivative futures and derivative option. For the first one, derivative futures, you can see FGLD, FKLI, FCPO, FPOL, FM70, FMG, all features, today traded futures, okay, and so on, okay. All of this you can find all the features here. So for the second one is derivative option. When you click on it, you will see what is the OKLI, OCPO, OPOL, all option, today traded option, and so on. Okay, now then you will see the other markets such as Hong Kong Stock Exchange, Stock Exchange of Thailand, Indonesia Stock Exchange, Australian Security Exchange, NYSE, Nasdaq, NYSE American, World, and so on. So when you click on it, okay, you will see all the top counters, top stock, top warrants, and so on for all the markets. Okay. Now the next features is alert. Okay, so you click on it. This is a very important features for us because you can set an alert to inform you when a particular stock price hit a certain level. You can make your decision to buy or to sell. For example, when you click on new, okay, then you can choose counter alert or news alert. So for example, let us take MPI as an example. So you click on this search button, you type MPI, and then you choose on the stock, okay? It will appear here, okay? And then you can, for the price done, you can choose equal to, greater than, or less than. For example, we choose less than. Let's say 35 ringgit. Okay, so then you can choose. You want to notice you by the application, email, or SMS. So which one you prefer, you can tick on it. For SMS, there are credit charge is applied. Okay. Then you can also choose for you want the notification repeat once, always active, daily, or disable. You can choose and tick on it and select OK. Okay, so you will know the good news is it links to your mobile apps. So when the alert is sounded, right, you will receive a push notification from your mobile application. So how do you buy the stock when the stock price hit the bottom? When you set the alert, it will alert you. Then you will know when is the stock price hit at a certain level or at the bottom. Then you can make the decision yourself whether to buy or to sell. Okay, so this is the useful part for the alert. Okay, the next features is portfolio. The portfolio, okay, is one of that you can create your own portfolio so that you can see how is the performance of your portfolio. So you can create a watch list. This is just an example of my watch list that I have been created. So these are some of the examples of a watch list that I have been created. Okay. So you can see in this portfolio consists of 8 stocks. For example, you can see Ajinomoto, Top Glove, Panda, Paper Bank, Franken, Super Dynamic, Meta Platform, Maybank, and so on. You can add whatever stock you want to add, okay? So how to create a portfolio? You just need to go to your portfolio right click on it, select the create new portfolio. Now, okay, you can put the portfolio name you want to put. For example, Stella, you put Stella. Okay, this is my name. Okay, then you can choose the currency. I will choose for MYR, then submit. Then you will see the portfolio created. It will show here. Okay. Now, let us go to the next incredible function, dynamic chart. Okay. We know that technical analysis play a significant role in investor life. For example, if you want to forecast the future price movement in the market, so investor may rely on some trading tools. So for example, you want to find a support line or resistance line for a particular stock, rely on some of the indicators and so on. ShareInvestor Station provides you both historical data of up to 20 years. So while for the real-time intraday data is up to 3 months. Let us look at these incredible features, okay? Incredible features offered in the dynamic chart of ShareInvestor Station. Okay. So if you want to make your chart look bigger, you just need to close the channel navigator by clicking on this channel navigator button. When you click on it, it will appear here. If you click on it again, it will disappear. Okay, so you have a better view on your chart. So let us take Inari as an example. So you just need to type Inari here and select the Inari stock. Okay, when you select on it, the stock will appear here. Okay, now you can drag on the chart to make it larger or make it smaller. Now let us look into it one by one. Okay, first of all, this icon is for you to close the stock listing. When you click on it, the stock listing has disappeared. When you click on this icon again, it will show you. Okay, so you click on it, it will make your chart become bigger. Okay, and then the next icon in green is the refresh button. You can click on it to refresh your chart. So the next icon in white, okay, when you click on it, it will show you all the information about Inari. Okay, so for this one, later we will look into it one by one and look into it in details. Okay, now let us look into the function of dynamic chart first. So we close this first. Now the next one, you can use this dynamic chart to change the duration to yearly, monthly, okay, second chart, minute chart, hourly chart, and so on. Okay, normally other software doesn't show you a very long period of the data. ShareInvestor Station provide you with up to 20 years of data. For example, when I click on a 6-month and 15-minute chart, okay, you can choose 6 month and 15-minute chart. Okay, then it will show you the 6-month and 15-minute chart. Okay, now if you change it to 1 year and 1 month, so you can choose for 1 year and also 1 month. So it will show you 1 year and 1 month chart. For example, you can see this is the July of 2020, and then August 2020, September 2020, October 2020, November 2020, and so on. Okay, normally other software doesn't show you a very long period of data. So now the next icon is a hand. Okay, after you click on it, this one is for you to move the chart like this. Okay. Now the next one is the Statistic Info or Creep Statistic Info. For Statistic Info, when you click on it, okay, when you move your mouse, the info will show in the box at your left hand side. If for the Creep Statistic Info, okay, you need to point your mouse on a particular candlestick in order to see the info. So for example, on September of 2020, you can see the open price at 2 ringgit and 24 cents. Closing price was at 2 ringgit and 26 cents. And then in March of 2021, Inari open price was at 2 ringgit and 63 cents. Closing price was at 3 ringgit and 26 cents. So the next one is the zoom in button. You can zoom in your chart, and the next one is the zoom out button. You can zoom out your chart. Okay. So now the next one, you can change the candlestick pattern. Okay, on your chart, you can change it to candlestick chart, bar chart, line chart, mountain chart, Haken Ashi chart, hollow, solid candlestick chart, and so on. Okay. So you can choose which chart pattern that you are prefer to use. Okay. Now the next icon is the magical brush. What is that? So when you click on it, okay, it will show you all the candlestick pattern that appears on your chart. This is called candlestick pattern recognition. So it's really convenient for you. You do not need to find it by yourself. It saves us a lot of time. So do you feel this function good for you? Okay. Okay, the next one, the next icon is the yellow icon, is the news on chart. So when you click on it, you will see all the news on a particular days. So let us change back the chart to 1 year and 1 day. So you can see all the news on a particular day. For example, on 17th of March, ex-dividend, okay, and then on 21 of March, third quarter result release, and then you go to 29th of July of 2021, there is a share placement. This is some transaction done by the shareholder of the company. Okay. So beside news, you also can see all the event displayed on a specific day along with the trend in the chart. So when you point on it, okay, you will know which day got what event. Okay. For example, AGM, EGM, share buyback, EPF purchase or sell, how many shares on particular days, when are the results released, okay, and so on. Okay. Therefore, investors can quickly correlate the price movement of their stock to the market moving news to make a better decision on their investment. Now, the next icon is the red and yellow. Okay, when you click on it, you can choose the line width is thin, medium, or thick. You can choose on it. Then you also can choose, do you want to show the grid line on your chart, or you want to hide it? You just click on it. Okay, to hide it or to show on it. If you want to turn off this news on particular day, you just need to click back the icon and it will disappear. Okay. Now the next one is the theme. You can change the theme on your chart to white black, okay, to white green, to light green, or to red white, okay, to red green or red red, and so on. Okay, so the next one is the template function. Okay, for this function, you can use it to compare particular stock with its peers, and then you can save it as template. So next time when you want to view it, you just need to click on it to open only. Later, I will go into more details for this function. Okay. So the next function is studies. For studies, mean after you draw some trend line, support line, or resistance line on your chart, you can save it as studies, and then you can open back next time. Later, I will show you on how to use it, okay? Now, the next icon is a printer icon. When you click on it, you can see there is a print image, copy the image, save the image, and also email the image. For example, you can click on the copy image. After you have copied, you can paste and send it to your friends by WhatsApp or paste it to the Microsoft Word and so on. Okay, so let me paste to the Microsoft Word. So we go to the Microsoft Word and you can paste on it. Okay. Now, the next icon is like a chart. When you click on it, okay, it will duplicate your current chart. Okay, there are some of the functions. These are some of the functions of a dynamic chart. So you can close this. Now, let us go into more deeper about the function of dynamic chart. There are still a lot of comprehensive functions for this chart. Now, we look into it together, okay? Now, let us look into the left-hand side here. We saw the stock listing. You can choose what stock you want to view. For example, you want to take Inari as an example, okay? We just take Inari as an example, okay? If you want to change the stock, you can type the stock name here and then choose the stock you want, okay? Now, the next function is the indicator. So, ShareInvestor Station provides you with highly customizable indicator. So you can find more than 100 of basic and common indicator in ShareInvestor Station. Now, let us look into it together. First, you need to click on Add More. Okay, here, Add More. And then you can choose which indicator you want to use. For example, I choose on volume on price and select Add. So it will appear here. If you want to delete it, you just tick and click this delete. Okay, this is volume on price. Okay, so these features will appear on your chart. You can use this function to see where has a large price of volume and use to determine at which price is the support line and which price is the resistance line. For example, okay, you can see, okay, there is a large volume transacted between here 3 ringgit and 35 cents to 3 ringgit and 43 cents. Okay, so you still can add in another indicator, for example Bollinger Band. Okay, Bollinger Band, then you can choose the color you want. For example, you want to choose orange color, you can choose orange color, or you want to choose blue, also you can choose for blue. Okay, you can change the color on your chart. Okay, so there are more than 100 of indicators you can add from here. So for example, EMA, open interest, simple moving average, volume on price, Bollinger Band. Okay, Tonchan channel, momentum, money flow index, RSI, swing index, accumulation or distribution, body momentum, and so on. All of these indicators came along with definition, formula, explanation, and also example. So you can have a better understanding of each indicator that is customizable. Okay. And the most incredible things is you can customize your indicator. All of this indicator build can be applied to the chart. So if you want to customize your own indicator, you can click on new, okay, to customize your own indicator. Of course, you need to have some basic knowledge on how to customize the indicator, or you can find someone with coding background to help for you, or you can refer to other indicators which are already available here to refer. Okay, so you just need to double click on the indicator. For example, volume on price, you just double click on it. Okay, you will see all the input here, how to develop this indicator, and the script, and so on, and the description you can type by your own self. Okay, so the next features is drawing tool. Okay, ShareInvestor Station consists of more than 35 of drawing tools to enable investors to draw chart for analysis. There are a lot of advanced drawing tools for you to find from here. For example, price zone, Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci projection, Fibonacci fan, Fibonacci circle, Fibonacci arc, Fibonacci time zone, Fibonacci time extension, Gann grid, Andrews pitchfork, rectangle, solid rectangle, and so on. Or you want to put an arrow up or arrow down, also can put it in your chart. Okay. So you can close this indicator first. So, okay, you can use the tools to draw a support line or resistance line on your chart. Let me restart this application. Okay, after open back, okay, so you can draw the support line and also resistance line on your chart. Then you also can change the line width or the color, okay? So now let me draw. So after you draw the support line and resistance line, this is just an example, okay? This is just an example. So you can change the line width. You scroll down, you choose the color, and then line width you can increase to more thicker. This one also, you can change the color and then increase the line width, become more thicker, okay? So after you draw on your chart, okay, you can save it as template and also studies. So next time when you want to view them back, it's easier for you. So you can go to the template, click on the Save As, Inari, then you select OK. And the studies also, you can click on Save As, you can save as Inari and select Save. Okay, so next time when you want to open back, you can come here, click on the Inari to open back, okay? Now, I feel that these drawing tools are very important for investors because we can use them to predict the future price movement of a stock based on their criteria. Now, let us look into the next features called performance comparison. This is the performance comparison. This is one of the most significant features of ShareInvestor Station available in the dynamic chart. These features allow us to compare more than two of any history stock price in any single chart. Let us look into it together. Okay, so we take Inari as an example. So this is Inari. Inari is one of the stock under outsourced semiconductor assembly and test process. So we can compare with MPI. So you can choose on the click to choose. You can type MPI and then you can select on this stock. Then you can compare with this chart. If you want to hide the drawings on your chart, you can go back to your studies, hide the studies, so your drawing will gone. If you want to look back the study, you can go back to the studies and take the hide study. It will show you, okay? So we just hide it. Now, we want to compare the Inari with its peers. So the next one, still got what stock are under offset industry. For example, Unisem, okay, we can choose Unisem used to compare. You just type the name and then you click on Unisem. And then another one is G-Tronic. You can type the G-Tronic and click on it. And the last one is the KESM. You can type the KESM and select on it. So you can compare Inari with its peers. So you can change all the chart to become line chart. Inari also become line chart. You can choose the stock style, change to line chart, okay? Easy for you to compare. Okay, so after you change, you can change the line weight, become thicker, okay? MPI also become bigger. Unisem, Getronic, KDSM. Change to another color. You can change to another color. Unisem can change to green, maybe. Okay. So you can compare the Inari stock with its peers. Okay. Now, let us go to the next one. The next one is the news frame. This is the news frame. You click on it, okay? It will pop out a lot of news for you. So you can read all the news here. If you want to close it, you just click on the news frame again to close it, okay? And then the next one is the stock frame. After you click on it, okay, it will show you this function. So you will see there are times and sales, volume distribution chart, and also trade summary chart pop up at your right hand side. Okay. So what are times and sales? This is the times and sales. Okay. So these times and sales show you the individual trade done in chronological order with a timestamp for each transaction. So the latest transaction will be shown first, and it also keeps a cumulative volume for the entire trading day. So these features is very, very useful for us to track the price movement of a counter. So based on this, we can see that Inari has a 69.5% of buy-out volume and 30.5% of sell-down volume. Okay, it means that the buyer for Inari is more than the seller, okay? So you can see based on what time, how much the volume are transacted at what price. So this is the real-time data, okay? So the next one is the volume distribution chart. This is the volume distribution chart. Okay, this is a very, very important information for you. So, okay, so let us look at this. There are 4 colors. The red color is the transaction done at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. The green color means the transaction done from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Yellow color means from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And the blue color means from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay? There are 4 sets of different bars. So the higher set is likely to be traded by institutional or super dealer, and the lower set usually represent retail investor. Okay, so in this case for Inari, you can see the BU means buyout, ST means sell down. So based on the chart, you can see less than 15K, the value of the transaction is less than 15K. So the transaction which is less than 15K is like us. We are the retail investor and also the smallest player in the market. So based on this, we can know that there is a huge buy-up volume at the range of 15K to between the 15K to 50K, and also between the 50K to 150K. There are a huge buy-up volume compared to the sell-down volume. Okay. So this chart will tell us that whether the big players, if they are selling a stock or buying a stock. So all of these will reflect in this chart. So the volume distribution chart will tell us on a particular day, the big player is moving the market or the small player is moving the market. So any transaction that is more than 150K is considered as a big player. So based on this chart, in overall, the buyout volume is more than the sell down volume. Is this variable information for you? If you want to see whether the big shark is moving or not, this is a volume distribution chart that you can see, okay? Now the next one is the trade summary chart. Okay, the trade summary chart is a graphical representation of a trade summary matrix. So at each of the traded price, there are two bars. The red color represent the sell down volume, while the blue color bar represent the buyout volume. So based on this, we know that Inari has a large buyout volume at the price of 3 ringgit and 96 cents, 3 ringgit and 97 cents, and also 3 ringgit and 98 cents. Okay? As compared to the sell down volume. So this is the stock frame function of combination of times and sales, volume distribution chart, and also trade summary chart. Okay? You can arrange how your ShareInvestor Station is going to look like. For example, you don't want the news frame. Okay, if you don't want the news frame, you just click on this news frame to hide the news. Okay, you can arrange how your ShareInvestor Station is going to look like. Okay, so then you can save it as template. The next time you do not need to rearrange them again. So how to save? You can go to Option, Display Layout, Save As, put the name you want, for example, test. You save, okay? So next time when you want to reopen it, you can go back to Option, Display Layout, and choose back the name you saved, okay? Then it will come out. Okay. So now let us close the chart, close the sample portfolio, close my watch list, close the alert. So can go back to the Bursa, top counters. Okay, this is the top gainers. So if you want to arrange like you open, like you want to see the top gainers and also you want to see the top gap up. Okay, so you can choose this tie window horizontally. So if you arrange like this for you, or you want to tile the windows vertically, and if you arrange like this for you. So if you wish, next time when you open the ShareInvestor Station and have this display, you can go to the option. Okay, you can go to the option and display layout and save as. Next time you can reopen it from here. Okay. Okay, now the next function is to switch the ShareInvestor Station to become a ticker mode, this is the function. Switch to ticker mode, you can click on it, okay? So it will become like this. So when the ticker mode is activated, the application will become one line of the ticker bar, okay? So this ticker bar can be placed at your preferred location of your window, okay? So with this ticker mode, you can monitor your counters while working on another application. So maybe during your working time, you are looking at the store and you don't want to let your boss know that you are looking at the store. So you can use this function, okay? I'm just kidding, okay? So when you double click on it, it will open back the ShareInvestor Station, okay? Now, let us look into the function of ShareInvestor Station deeper. So we use Inari as a case study. You can go to the search button, you type Inari, and you click on it. And then you can right click on the stock. Okay, let us look into it one by one. So the first one is fact sheet. You click on it, okay? I think investor will find this information very useful, okay? So this is Inari. So you can see the last time price for Inari was at 4 ringgit. You still can see other information like what is the open price, what is the buy price, what is the buy volume, what is the high price, what is the low price, what is the yesterday close, selling price, sell volume, and so on, okay? Now, next is the financial analysis. You see, the software already show you, okay? For the profit growth, increasing profit in the latest year with last 2 profitable years. So for this, the company has above average financial strength. For the dividend payout, dividend is increasing over the past 60 months. For the cash ratio, good cash ratio of at least 0.8 for 3 consecutive years. Current ratio, the company is well positioned to cover its short-term obligation with its current asset. So the ratio between 1.5 to 10 for 3 consecutive years. Gross profit margin, consistently good gross profit margin of 20% to 40% for the 3 years. Net earning margin, high net profit margin of at least 20% for most recent years. Return on asset ROA, ROA above 10% for 3 consecutive years, okay? When you scroll down, you can see what is the company background. Then based on this chart, okay, you can see the company 1 year's share price, or also you can change it to 5 years share price, okay, year to date, 6 months, 3 months, or 1 month, okay. Now, when you scroll down again, you will see some key statistics here and some overall of the company. So for example, earnings per share, PE ratio, dividend yield, return on equity, net earnings growth, trailing earnings per share, cash in hand, market cap, revenue growth, net debt to equity ratio, and so on, okay? Then when you scroll down again, this is the latest news. If you click on the latest news, it will link you to the Bursa Malaysia company announcement website, okay? So you don't need to Okay, so you don't need to go to the Busan Malaysia website to open the announcement. Okay, so you can find the Inari announcement here. Now, the next one is the total shareholder return. So based on this, you can see in the 5 years of long-term return, you are able to earn 286.77% of return, while in the 3 years of long-term return, you can get a 233.97% of the return. While in the 1 year of medium term of return, you can get a 50.02% of shareholder return. Okay, now the next one is the dividend history table. Okay, based on this table, you can see how many dividend per share you can get and also the dividend yield. So you can see Inari always declare a dividend in March, in June, in September, and also in December. This is the total dividend paid for a particular year. And this is the dividend yield for a particular year, okay? ShareInvestor Station already list out all for you, okay? It's really very informative, okay? Now, the next feature is the financial ratio. You can see all the financial ratio here. So you can see the earning per share, PE ratio, NTA, price per NTA, free cash flow ratio, price per free cash flow ratio, dividend yield, earning per share, revenue growth, net earning. You still can go to the next page. Okay. Net debt to equity, interest coverage, total asset turnover, financial leverage ratio, and so on. Okay. Now let us go to the peer comparison. So Inari is under technology sector. So you will see its local peers are MPI, Vitrox, D&O, Unison, Flanken, G-Tronic, KESM, and so on. So based on this, we can see that the PE ratio of technology industry is about 53 times and also 55 times. Okay. So now, Inari PE ratio is only 44.76 times. So you can also compare with other technology PE as well. So when you scroll down again, we still got insider trades, okay? Event calendar, and consensus estimate, and so on. I will further explain them in another tab. Okay, now let us go into the next features called financial. You can choose full years, trailing 12 month, quarterly, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, half yearly, and so on. And for the periods to show for ShareInvestor Station and ShareInvestor Web Pro, you can choose up to 10 years and then you can select on view, okay? So in this case, you can find 10 years data for Inari from 2013 to 2021, and also the trailing 12 month of September 2021. So this trailing 12 month of September 2021 means the latest 12 month result. You can see this graph is beautifully drawn for you, okay? So based on this, we know that blue color stands for revenue, red color stands for profit before tax, green color stands for profit attributable to shareholders, and the blue line stands for net profit earnings margin. Okay. So for Inari in the year of 2021, revenue was standing at 1.428 billion ringgit, and the company profit after tax has achieved at 330.7 million ringgit. This is a chart beautifully drawn for you. So based on this, you can know if the company is performing or not performing. If you want to have a more solid data, you can see the 10 years of data for Inari. So you can see the revenue for Inari in 2013 was at 241.1 million ringgit, and in the year of 2021, the revenue for Inari has achieved to 1.428 billion ringgit. Okay, so we know that this company is growing. Okay, now if you click on the add button here, you will see the Inari revenue is growing consistently. So then you can also look at the finance cost, profit before tax, profit after tax, and so on. You also can find the historical basic earning per share here, and you also can see what is the gross dividend per share, what is the special dividend per share, all are in the table format for you. Now, the next one is the balance sheet. Okay, based on this, you can see the yellow represent the shareholder equity, the dark brown represent the non-current liabilities, orange color represent the current liabilities, dark green represent the fixed asset and investment, light green represent the other non-current asset, evergreen color represent the intangible asset, and the light blue represent the current asset. Now the next one is the number of ordinary share issue. Okay, what is the ordinary share capital? How much are the reserves and so on? Then you still can see the shareholder equity. So you can find all the figures here. What is the shareholder fund are growing? So you can click on the plus. So for the shareholder equity, you can see that there is a 157.9 million ringgit in 2013, and now it's growing to 2.4 billion ringgit in the trailing 12 months of September 2021. Okay, when you scroll down again, you can see the total liabilities for the company. And there is some breakdown. For example, how much is the current liabilities and also the long-term liabilities. Okay. Then you also can see the total asset of the company from here. Okay. Now the next one is the cash flow statement. Okay. Of course, you can find all the cash flow information for 10 years, and you also can find the free cash flow here. But ShareInvestor Station and also ShareInvestor Web Pro already calculated for you. Okay, so you can find the free cash flow here. Okay, so you don't have to calculate it by yourself. This is something that I will look into. It really can save us a lot of time. Now, the next one is the financial ratio. Okay, so you can see the financial ratio also already calculated for you. So you can see the chart for the earning per share, PE ratio, NTA, free cash flow ratio, dividend yield. Dividend yield include special dividend, earning per share, PE ratio, and so on. Okay. So when you scroll down again, you will see the earning per share for 10 years for Inari. If you want to see the growth rate, you just need to click on the add button. Then you can view how much is the percentage of growing. Operating cash flow per share, free cash flow per share, PE ratio, okay? Price per operating cash flow, and so on. All this information for you to make the meaningful interpretation whether the company is growing or not growing. Besides, you also can find all the dividend yield, special dividend, and so on. Okay. Sorry. So the information provided in ShareInvestor Station and provided in ShareInvestor Web Pro is very comprehensive and really worth for the money. So when you scroll down again, you still can find some variation ratio, per share data, okay, growth ratio, profitability ratio, efficiency ratio, qualitative ratio, management efficiency ratio, asset utilization ratio, leverage ratio, cash flow ratio, liquidity ratio, and so on. So, if based on annual report, it only provides us 5 years of data, but for ShareInvestor Station and ShareInvestor Web Pro, it can provide us about 10 years of data. So if you want to make comparison for 10 years of data, you need to subscribe to some software. So in this case, ShareInvestor Station and Web Pro can provide you a very good value by giving you a 10 years of the data, and it's really worth for it. Now the next features is insider trades. So for ShareInvestor Station and Web Pro, you can find insider trades. So based on this, we can see when is the EPF is acquiring the Inari share. You can see that on the effective change date on 27th of December 2021, EPF has acquired a total of 883 shares at a closing price of 3.94 ringgit. And you also can see how much is the percentage of Inari share held on hand from here, okay? So it will tell you that what are the insider is doing. Now, the next one is significant sales. You can see the EPF last time selling of Inari share is on 27th of October 2021. Now, we look into the next features called significant purchases. So you can see EPF purchased the Inari share on 29th of 2021. 29th of July in 2021. When you scroll down to the bottom, you can see the EPF bought the Inari share at about 3.18 ringgit per share, but now they buy at 3.50 ringgit. If you go back to the latest insider trade, we can see that EPF still purchasing Inari share in 27th of December of 2021 at the price of 3.94 ringgit. So we can know that EPF is still buying for Inari. So these are the insider trades. Now the next feature is ownership. Okay, this is where you can find the top shareholder of a company. So in this case, ShareInvestor Station, you can find the top 20 shareholders of a particular stock. So this is the 20 shareholder of Inari. You can see that the top 1 shareholder of the company is Insas Berhad. Insas Berhad owns 14.5% of Inari shares. These are the pie chart which show you the top 20 shareholders for Inari shares. So we can see that the top 2 shareholders of Inari are Insas Berhad and also Kumpulan Wang Persaraan. And the top 3 shareholder is EPF. Okay. Of course, you can go to the next one is significant shareholder. For example, you want to find EPF, Employee Provident Fund. So you click on it. So after you search, okay, you can see EPF is the top 20 shareholders of 212 companies in the following markets. So they are 205 in Bursa, 5 in Singapore market, and 2 in IDX. So these are the companies that EPF owns. So based on this, you can see that EPF owns 1.6 billion of shares of Maybank, 2.9 billion of shares of Public Bank, 1.7 billion of shares for RHB Bank Berhad. Okay, and the number 3, rank 3 is IHH Healthcare Berhad. Okay, and so on. These are all the companies that EPF are the shareholders. So do you find all of this information incredible? Okay, you can search all the top 20 shareholders appears here. If you are a shareholder of Inari, if you type your name here, it cannot be found because you are not the top 20 shareholders. So where is Inari? Okay, Inari is somewhere here. Okay, here, Inari Amaton Berhad. Okay. Now let us go to the next one, company buyback. When you go to the company buyback overview and the individual company buyback is empty. This is because, okay, Inari don't do any share buyback. Okay, so when we go to the latest share buyback to see which company has done the share buyback, so we can see that Kritam, so we can see that FCB, IJM, SYS Corporation, DSonic, LBS, Kenanga, KFIMA, and so on, done their share buyback. Okay. So here we can see how many shares they are acquired and based on what price. Now the next one, let us go to the event calendar. This is the event calendar. So based on this, we know that there is no event is happening for Inari. And the most important one is you can know what is the upcoming event for this company. Okay, so there is no upcoming event for Inari. The next one is the X date. So based on this, you can see all the X date for the dividend and also the bonus issue. Okay, where is the bonus issue? Here, bonus issue for Inari. Okay, so you know when is the X date. Okay, so now the next one is the result release. For result release, you can see all the updates of when is the Inari result was released. Now the next one, share placement. For this, you can know when is the Inari has completed its private placement of how many shares based on what price. Okay, so on 29th of July 2021, Inari has completed its private placement of 333 million of new ordinary share at 3 ringgit and 10 cents for each placement share to raise the gross proceeds of 1.03 of trillion ringgit. Okay, the placement share will commence trading on 30th of July 2021. Okay, now the next one is the AGM, EGM, and SGM. For this, you can know when is the AGM, EGM, and so on. ShareInvestor Station already list out all for you. Okay. Now the next one is the historical event. So when you go to the historical event, you will see all the events here for Inari. You can see the ex-date for dividend, AGM, the result release, ex-dividend date, when is the result release, when is the share placement, and so on. Okay. Do you find this info useful for you? I hope yes, because as an investor, we must know all of this information. Now, let us go into the next features called dividend analysis. Based on this chart, you can see that there is historical basic earning per share versus gross dividend per share, and also dividend payout ratio. Okay, in this case, this company is called Inari. So usually we will study for 5 years data, but ShareInvestor Web Pro and also ShareInvestor Station can show you up to 10 years of data. When you scroll down, you can see what is the gross dividend per share, special dividend per share, total dividend per share, and so on. Okay, so you can see whether it is decreasing or increasing. When you scroll down again, you will see the price earning ratio versus dividend payout ratio. So you can see whether it's decreasing or increasing. For example, what is the dividend payout ratio? What is the dividend payout ratio for special dividend? What is the basic price earning ratio, and so on. So when you scroll down again, you will see a dividend payout chart. So you will know on which day Inari has declared its dividend to its shareholder and how much dividend has been declared. Okay, you just need to point your mouse here and you will see. So when you scroll down, you will see the total shareholder return. Okay, in 5 days of short-term return, the total shareholder return is about 2.56%, while for the 5 years long-term return, the total shareholder return is estimate to achieve by 286.77%. Okay, so this is the total shareholder return that shows to you. And the next one is the dividend history table. You know that Inari pay their dividend consistently in March, June, September, and December. Okay, so we can see the dividend yield for the company for particular years. Now, let us move on to the next incredible features of ShareInvestor Station called consensus estimate. This is the consensus estimate for Inari. Okay, now we can see the last price for Inari is at 4 ringgit. So, and the consensus recommendation is buy. The mean target price is around 4 ringgit and 61 cents. And there are 19 ratings are given. And there is 0.613% of the upside are given. Okay, all of this information was gathered from the licensed research house, so it combined together. So you still can choose the estimate change over the past 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. Okay. So you can see that in December of 2021, there is no sell recommendation is given. You can see that there are 19 of ratings are given, okay? And you can see 15 ratings are recommended to buy, and 2 ratings are given for overweight, and 2 ratings are given ask you to hold. Okay. The red color is ask you to sell. Light red is underweight. Underweight means between sell and hold. You can decide by yourself. And the yellow is ask you to hold. Light green is the overweight. Overweight means between buy and hold. Green is ask you to buy. So based on this consensus estimate, you can see that there are more than 78.9% ask you to buy, 10.5% ask you to hold, and 10.5% for overweight, means between buy or hold, okay? And you can see the blue line, okay? Blue line is below the target price, okay? Blue line is the actual price and the red line is the target price. So blue line is below the target price. So in this case, it means that Inari is an undervalued company based on this consensus estimate. All of this consensus recommendation gathered from the licensed analyst. So when you scroll down again, you can see all the forward estimate for Inari. So this is the 3 years estimate. You can see in 2022, Inari is estimated to achieve 1.73 billion ringgit sales. In the years of 2023, is able to achieve 1.98 billion of sales, and in the year of 2024, Inari is able to achieve 2.24 billion of sales. And these are the information that you can get from ShareInvestor Station and also ShareInvestor Web Pro, okay? So, what are the earning per share? Okay, earning per share, you can see from here, okay? So, earning per share by June 2022 is estimated to get 11.08 cents, and in the year of 2023 is estimated to get 12.78 cents, and in the year of 2024 is estimated to get 14.05 cents. So it also can tell you all the consolidated analyst consensus in one table for you, okay? Now, next, you also can see all the forward estimate ratio and so on. All these forward estimates are here. So, okay, now let us go back to the consensus estimate overview. This is for the whole industry, okay? So look at this. This is a very powerful features. So you can see which stock is under buy, sell, hold, between buy or hold, or between hold and sell, okay? All of this information are provided by licensed research house, okay? So when you point your mouse on it, it will show you which stock are under buy recommendation, okay, which stock are under sell recommendation, and which stock are under hold recommendation. Okay, so when you scroll down, okay, you will see which one is the top buy call. For example, the first one is the Centra, Simpson, Welco, MIG, Usma, UWC, Gawan, Biscuit, UCHI Tech, Kerjaya, and so on. ShareInvestor already lists out all for you. Okay. Then when you scroll down again, you also will see which stock are under top sell calls. For example, ATA, IMS, Sapra Energy, Carex, Top Love, Tanchong, Supermax, AirAsia, Nestle, FGV, and so on. Okay, so you still can see the most upside potential stock here, most downside potential stock here, and so on. Okay, now the next features is called annual report. Now let us go to the next function, annual report. So you can download all the annual report for Inari from here, and you don't need to go to Busan, Malaysia and download. Okay, the next one is historical price. So now let us go to the historical price. So we just click on it. Okay, after you click, it will show you all the historical price for Inari. So based on this, we can know on a particular day, we can know what is the open price, what is the high price, low price, closing price for Inari. Okay, so what is the higher price for on a single day? What is the lowest price on a single day? Also, you can see the closing price, volume weighted average price, and also adjusted close, and so on. So now let us go back to see still got any function of ShareInvestor Station. So close this. Okay. So we come back from here. Okay. So the next one is add to portfolio. You can add this stock to any portfolio you want to add. Okay, so you can choose which portfolio you want to add to. Okay, so for the alert function, I already explained to you, so I just skip this. So now let us go to the next one called price spread calculator. So price spread calculator show instantaneously the profit or loss on different price level based on your buy price or the last time price. So with these features, user can identify their stop loss or take profit and set their alert by clicking on the alert button. Okay, found at the bottom of the calculator. So based on this, if you bought Inari, what is your buy price? You can put your buy price here. For example, you bought 10,000 of shares at 3 ringgit and 20 cents. So you put 3 ringgit and 20 cents. Let's say you are using Kenanga broker and then you select apply. So it will calculate it for you, okay? So you can set the price spread, for example, 40, okay? So, and then you can click on this, take profit at 4 ringgit and 19 cents. Then you can add to your alert. Price star greater than 4 ringgit and 19 cents. You can note take profit, okay? Repeat once, the notification repeat once, always active or daily, you can choose and then you select okay. So when the price was hit or more than 4 ringgit and 15 cents, ShareInvestor Station will alert you by either application, email, or SMS, okay? Now next, intrinsic value calculator. If you don't know how to calculate the intrinsic value, this is a very powerful platform for you to find. There are a lot of people who do not know how to calculate the intrinsic value of a stock. Unless you are trained by a corporate professionals, then you can use this DCF model in order to find the intrinsic value of a particular stock. So if for retail investor who are not trained, this will be a very powerful features for you, okay? There are 3 models here you can use to find the intrinsic value of a company. Let's say we use Inari as an example for this case study. So we choose Inari, okay? So discounted earning model. So you can see the system already calculate for you. The earning per share for Inari is 0.08936. And the earning per share growth rate is about 20%. So for the years of growth means how long you want to forecast. Inari will still remain its business. Let us assume that Inari can survive for the next 20 years. So we put to 20 years. So the discount rate is a big topic for us. Okay, so usually a corporate finance professional, they will use the weighted average cost capital WACC to calculate. So in this case, it's a very complicated to do this. I will advise you to use about 7%. So you can put to 7% and then you click on the calculate and the system will automatically calculate for you. So based on this, you can see the current price for Inari is at 4. And then the intrinsic value for Inari was about 7.34 ringgit. So based on this model, Inari is undervalued. Okay, so all of this calculation is based on earning per share, EPS growth rate, okay, years of growth, and also discount rate. Do you feel these features powerful to you? If yes, please type a yes in the comment. So you can also use the discounted cash flow model to calculate for the company intrinsic value. So you can see that the free cash flow per share already calculated for you was at 0.10474. Okay, and then the cash flow growth rate, okay, is estimated 20%. So we estimated the business will grow for 20 years. So we put it to 20 years and the discount rate put it to 7% and calculate. So the current share price of Inari was at 4 ringgit and the intrinsic value is about 8 ringgit and 61 cents. So it means that Inari is undervalued. Okay. Usually, I will use the discounted cash flow model to calculate for the intrinsic value of a particular company because this is my favorite model, okay? So this is the intrinsic value calculator that ShareInvestor Station and also ShareInvestor Web Pro provide for you, okay? So now the next one, we can go to the peer analysis. Okay. So we can open back the intrinsic value calculator. We can go to the peer analysis. So this function help investor to compare a particular stock with its peers. So this is Inari. Okay. You can see the comparison with some technology company such as Vitrox, Turia, Flanken, KESN, Advanced Micro Devices, Analog Devices, Broadcom, okay, Taiwan Semiconductor, MPI, Samadan, ST Microelectronics, G-Tronics, Intel Corporation Berhad, On Semiconductor Corporation, and so on, okay? So when you scroll down, you will see all the peers appear here, okay? So what are their current price, earning per share, intrinsic value, and so on. While for the safety of margin, you still can see which stock is undervalued, okay? Which stock is overvalued, and so on. Do you find this function helpful for you? If you do not know how to calculate the intrinsic value of a company, this function really helpful for you, and it saves you a lot of time. Now, the next one is times and sales, trade summary matrix, volume distribution chart. Okay, I already explained to you, so we skip this. And the next one is the quote movement. Okay, quote movement. This happened in one single day, so you know exactly at what time, what how many people do what action. This is a very similar to our times and sales features, except that they will give you a more precise action, okay? So quote movement is useful for us to identify substantial blocks of transaction done, possibly indicating whether the institutional interest involved. You can also observe the movement within the first level buy and sell queue for orders that are not transacted. This helps to plan your point of entry into the stock, okay? For example, through this quote movement, you may observe the repeated addition of buy orders or continuous trading done at the sell queue in large volume, signaling substantial interest in buying up the stock. So this quote movement is sorted in chronological order, and the latest change appears here. So an entry with plus indicates the volume is added at the price, and the sign of the negative indicates the volume is removed or trade is done at the price point stated. Okay. Now let us go to the next features. Market depth. This is also an incredible features of ShareInvestor Station. Okay, market depth shows the complete market depth of buy and sell queue. It is very useful for you to track the movement of both buy and sell queue level in the market depth to estimate where the daily support and resistance level of a stock. So a price level that has the most volume in the buy queue would indicate a support level. This indicates that there are buyers waiting for the share price to drop to a particular level before buying. So the best thing is trading account only show you 5 level of market depth, but ShareInvestor Station can show you up to 10 level of market depth. But in ShareInvestor Web Pro, you can't find any market depth, okay? Now, the next attractive function is called Power Chart Frame. Okay. So when you click on it, it will show you a dynamic chart of a particular stock. For example, this is Inari. Okay. You will see the time and sales for the Inari, volume distribution chart, and also trade summary chart for Inari. Do you find this information useful for you? I think so, yeah. Now, let us go to the next one. dynamic chart, I already explained to you, so we can skip this, okay? Now the next feature is the price download. So you can download the company historical price and also intraday price. Two of these price are useful for you if you are running some programs. So this is the platform that you can use to download all the price. Last but not least, you also can download the times and sales, trade summary metrics, hood movement for a particular stock. Okay, so this is Inari. So you can download all this information by using ShareInvestor Station. Okay. So now the next one is the times and sales for 10 days. You can see the times and sales for 10 days for a particular stock, and then trade summary metric for 10 days, volume distribution chart for 10 days, and also hood movement for 10 days. Now you still can see the SI Express News, profile, shareholdings, announcement, email alert, and so on. So when you click on it, it will come to this website, and then you can key in your email to subscribe, and it's free, okay? So the next features are community discussion. The next features is the community discussion. Okay, so let's go back to the top. Here we can see the channels. Okay, this is a shortcut, easy for you. If you want to change, when you click on it, you can choose the top counter, top active, top turnover, gainers, loser, and so on. So you will see more than 10 markets here, easy for you to choose, or you can choose from the channel navigator. Okay. The next one is the alert and portfolio. This one I also already explained to you. Now let us go to the market screener. This is a very powerful stock screening utility for you to complement and complete the suite of market data tools and financial applications. So it allows users to find a real-time investment and trading opportunity that fit the chosen criteria that are grouped under 3 sets of conditions. Okay. So by using this screener, you can scan all the criteria based on fundamental analysis, technical analysis, consensus estimate, and also price and others. Let us look into it one by one. For example, you want to scan for Bursa Malaysia stock, you can choose for Bursa. So you choose from here, you select to Bursa market, and then you click on the add criteria. For example, dividend yield, you tick on it, and then you want more than 5% for the past 5 years. Okay, and then the next one, you want to find for quality earning ratio of more than 1. So you tick on it. Okay, more than 1 for the past 5 years. So add another criteria, revenue growth for more than 5% for the past 5 years. And then you can still add another one, current ratio of more than 1. You can go to current ratios and then more than 1 for the past 5 years. And then you select screen out and wait for the result. This may take few minutes, okay? So it may take few minutes, so we wait for it. There is no result for this criteria. Maybe we can change the criteria, okay? So more than 5 for the past 1 years, quality of earning more than 1 for the past 1 years, return on equity more than 5 for the past 1 years, and current ratio more than 1 for the past 1 years. You click on screen and wait for the result. So it takes few minutes to come out all the results, okay? While we are waiting for the results, okay, I can explain this for you. So you go up here again. Here are the icons that are easily for you to open, okay? For example, fact sheet, times and sales, trade summary matrix, quote movement, market depth, dynamic chart, price download, community discussion, intraday market ticker, direct business transaction, buying in market, intrinsic value calculator, okay? So now we are waiting for this result to show. You see, it is under processing, so we need to wait for the result. It takes time, so we need to wait for it. The result has come out. So you can see all of the stock here have fulfilled all these criteria. For example, dividend yield more than 5% for the past 1 year, quality of earning more than 1 for the past 1 year, return on equity more than 5 for the past 1 year, and current ratio more than 1 for the past 1 year. So these are the stocks that fulfill this criteria, okay? So these are the features of ShareInvestor Station. So if you want to subscribe, how to subscribe? Okay, now let us go to the website. Here, okay, you go to www.shareinvestor.com/my, enter. For ShareInvestor Station, if you wish to test out the features, you can click on the free trial to test, okay? So today, I have a special discount for you. Do you want to know how to get the special discount? Please get the coupon code in this video description. So if you want to subscribe, you just click on this subscribe button, okay? So this is the pricing for ShareInvestor Station. This is the pricing. Okay. So I found out that ShareInvestor Station really worth for money. So for this ShareInvestor Station, you can choose Malaysia data only, or you want to choose Malaysia plus global market. Okay. I encourage you to choose a real-time data. Okay, so if you want the delay data, okay, if you want the delay data, then it's free, okay, it's free, okay. But for Malaysia market only, the equity, I will choose for real-time data. 1 year just added 40 ringgit only, so I choose for real-time data. And then if you want the delay data also okay. So for the derivative, I don't track any derivative, so I will choose for delay data, okay? Do you still remember that ShareInvestor Station can show you up to 10 levels of market depth? So if you want to see 10 level of market depth, then you can choose and click on this Malaysia market depth equity. You can click on it, okay? Then please get your coupon code from this video description to enjoy a 5% of discount, okay? This is a special discount for you. So after you key in the coupon code here, then you can click on the subscribe, okay? So this is the pricing for you, okay? The price is 1,727 ringgit and 80 cents. Okay, this price haven't discount, so you need to key in the coupon code first. Only can get the 5% discount. Please get the coupon code from this video description. Okay. Then you can access to all the features for the Malaysia stock market. Okay. If you wish to have Malaysia market plus global market, you can choose the Malaysia plus global market. So Malaysia equity market, you can choose for the real time or delay. I will choose for real time. And Singapore market and derivative, I will choose for delay. And Singapore market also, I will choose for delay because I don't trade derivative and also I don't trade Singapore market, so I will choose for delay for me. Okay, so while the Hong Kong market is delayed 15 minutes, Indonesia market delayed for 10 minutes, US, Thailand and Australia is EOD. EOD means end of the day data. This means that when you wake up in the morning, the US market close, then you get the data end of the day. Of course, if you want to choose for the 6 month, okay, you also can choose for the 6 month. 6 month is cheaper, okay? 6 month is cheaper. So now, what is the good news here? The good news is we got discount for you. You can get a 5% of discount. The company has spent a lot of money to buy the data and develop the software and create this software platform for you. So the development cost is really high. So they can't give a huge discount, but we are managed to help you to get a special discount for you. So you can get an additional 5% off. So the discount code is in this video description. Please find the code below to get 5% discount. Remember to find the code below, okay? So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on the ring bell and like our video before I start so you won't miss out on any of our video next time. So in ShareInvestor website, there are 2 software, okay? So there are 2 software. Okay, ShareInvestor Web Pro is the web-based version, and ShareInvestor Station has a more powerful charting software for you. If you are a TA and also FA, you can find the market depth information in the ShareInvestor Station. So if you subscribe to ShareInvestor Station, you can also access to the features of Web Pro. Okay, so it's more advanced for ShareInvestor Station. So if you want to have a more clearer picture on what's the difference between Web Pro and Station, you can click on these details. And then you can click on the compare plans to view. Okay, or you can go watch back our previous video called Harness the Power of ShareInvestor Web Pro. I will put this link below our video so you can watch back our previous video to understand more on the features of ShareInvestor Web Pro. Okay, so thank you everyone for tuning in for the Harness the Power of ShareInvestor Station webinar. This is the platform walkthrough webinar to show you how I use this investment data for my investment decision in the stock market, as well as to find the commodity information. Okay, so this is the ShareInvestor Station. So if you want to subscribe, please go to www.shareinvestor.com/my. Then click the subscribe to ShareInvestor Station. Remember to key in the coupon code to get a 5% discount. You can find the coupon code below this video or in the video description. Okay, please like and share our video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Bye bye. You show